Good afternoon. My name is Gerardo. The graph represents statistics from 2012 to 2014. The CEO dismissal rate has declined from 29% in 2012 to 23% in 2013 to 16% in 2014. In the article, The Impact of Executive Job Demands on Dismissals of Newly Appointed CEOs, published in the Journal of Management and Organization in the year 2015, they talk about the early departure of CEO, called dismissals, of a newly appointed CEO in our study refers to the situation in which a newly appointed CEO is dismissed by the board of directors shortly after holding the CEO position. The implications of this ongoing situation means that it can crumble the integrity of the firm, its performance, and its strategies that can result in lost opportunities. In this study, the authors hypothesized that the dismissal of a newly appointed CEO is a result of over-demanding executive job demands and their capabilities. This derives from product and international diversification, which is a business strategy to enter a new market and attempt to expand their products to reach a more diverse population. In this case, CEOs would have to remove the entire company from their comfort zone to interest new clients. Their hypothesis is supported by an unbalanced panel data set including 436 US firms with 1,100 observations. Some of the drivers behind CEO dismissal include poor performance, the CEO's weak power, unfavorable actions with urgency, and the obsolescence of the CEO competences. One critical driver that can determine the dismissal or the continuity of a CEO is diversification, as a newly appointed CEO in a more diverse firm is more vulnerable to dismissal than a new CEO that is an insider.
Hi, my name is Lisa Menares, and the data gathered for this study was drawn from the U.S. firms listed in the Standard & Poor's ExecuComp database, which includes executive information on Standard & Poor's Index member firms for the years between 2003 and 2009. Data such as board-level data was acquired from corporate library database. CEO and top management team level data was gathered from the ExecuComp database. Firm performance is perhaps the leading factor that contributes to the dismissal of CEOs, mainly because the CEOs are required to assume responsibility for the poor performance. In order to measure firm performance, the authors used industry-adjusted return on equity. This method was calculated by taking the percentage of the net income over equity, subtracting the industry median return on equity based on the two-digit standard industrial classification codes.
Hi, my name is Marlene. The findings of this study conclude that the product and international diversification determine the likelihood of dismissal of newly appointed CEOs. The strategy is risky as the CEO and the business have no experience in this new market, meaning the CEO must learn how to present and sell the new product. What the authors composed was that greater diversification is linked with greater executive job demands, meaning that a CEO's job demands would overcome their ability to perform the tasks required. This would then trigger their dismissal. This ties into what we learned in class because each person discharged from a food service organization should be given a terminal or exit interview in which strong points are recognized and the reasons for dismissal are dispassionately reviewed. The person could be given a different job title elsewhere in the same company.
To give these results, it indicated so far that the relationship exists between the erosion of the employment at will doctrine and the proposal of unjust dismissal legislation. So if the erosion of the traditional common law causes support of the legislation, then one would expect the erosion of the common law to proceed, rather to succeed. So today's the legislative history of state workers' compensation laws, those are the ones that started, which enacted the support with the American Federation of Labor and the National Association of the Manufacturers. And again, this started in the 20th century. And due to the Montana case, it has been a leader of labor law, which may lead to laws. For example, in 1909, the second compulsory workers' compensation law started, and it was amongst the first states to pass a maternity leave law and the sexual harassment prevention law.